all well. It's Easter Day today. I hope the Easter Bunny came to everyone who was expecting him to. He's been here, but before I show you, I am going to quickly give you an update on the stray cat situation from the last vlog, which was only yesterday for us. You may remember that Brooke found a cat in the street in a very bad way. The SSPCA refused to come out. Don't get me started about that place. It's their fault that Clyde hasn't got a tail now. And so she was breaking her heart when I told her to leave it where it was. So I said, bring the cat back here, which she did. We put him in her room because he was covered in fleas. He looked like he had an eye infection. We thought we don't want him near any of the other animals, apart from the fact he was so frail. If the dogs barked at him, he would probably have carped it there and then. So she took the cat into her room. Abby had Lomond, but Lomond went out and then Abby took him. And we gave him some food. Brooke was brilliant with him. She was really, really good. And she, in her own words, she said, well, this is a good life lesson for me. Which was so true, it really was. And, you know, I was explaining to her about fleas. I said, he looks anemic. And she went, what's anemic? And I said, well, look at his wee lips. His wee gums were really pale. I said, the amount of fleas he's got on him will be basically sucking his blood, so he's not got enough iron in his body. Oh, right, okay. So she was painstakingly, we've got a flea comb, she was painstakingly combing him, and we've got a natural flea spray stuff for the dog, so she didn't want to put it directly on the cat. Again, we don't know if he's got allergies or anything like that, so she was putting it on the comb and combing him through and stuff. She spent hours with him. She was so good. And I put it on Facebook. I think where I left you, I'd put it on Facebook and asked people to share it to see if we could find out whose cat it was. Jack was worried, obviously, because of infection and fleas getting round our animals, and we agreed that we would keep him overnight last night and take him to the SSPCA this morning. If they wouldn't come to him, we would go to them. But after I put it on Facebook, I had two people message me, sending me private messages saying, please don't take him to the SSPCA. If his owner doesn't come forward, I'll take him. So there was two lovely people out there. They knew about the flea situation. I told them about that and the infection, and they were still willing to take him on, which was lovely. So we thought, right, okay, so either way, we're going to have him one night and then we'll take him. But then I got a message from someone claiming to be his owner. And I was like, right, okay. And it turns out that the reason he was so frail is he's 17 years old. I knew looking at him, he was either a very young cat or a very old cat. But looking at his teeth, I thought he's more likely to be old than young, because he had very two long canine teeth. Are they called canines in cats? You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, I thought he looked either really young or really old. She said he's 17, he wanted out this morning, I let him out. He doesn't normally go any further than our garden, but we've been looking for him the rest of the day. And I thought, well, you've not looked very far, because Brooke was sitting with him where she found him for over an hour waiting for the SSPCA, and there was nobody looking for him then. And so I messaged them back saying, have you got any photos? You know, obviously I didn't want it to be a chancer, so they sent photos. They said, his name's Fudge. And I went, right. I said, it does look like the same cat, but that one's in much better condition than the one that I've got here. Could this maybe be a kitten of his that's, you know, that just looks very like him, because this cat's been out longer than a day. And they came back and said, no, it's old photos. We know he's really frail, he eats constantly, he's just not putting weight on. We think it's his age. We thought we'd got rid of the fleas, but obviously they've came back, and I'm thinking, okay. And then they phoned, and I could tell how worried they were. Excuse me. And they said, please, can we just come over and get him? If it's not our cat, we won't take him. And I was like, right, okay. So by this time, I was in my bed. It was like 7:30 at night. And so we went out, and our house is hard to find. So I told them roughly where to go. Brooke went to the end of the drive and brought them in. Jack put me out on the terrace, and they came up, because obviously we didn't want them coming in the house, all the dogs and all the rest of it. So I was out on the terrace, and they came round, and they were lovely. They were so nice. and they said, look, we've been so worried about him, he's 17, we know he's not got long left. I said, you should maybe take him to the vet, and they're like, I know, but we're scared they'll put him down. You know, we're looking after him the best we can. And I thought, you know what, you know, it's your cat. When, as soon as she took him in her arms, because it was like, the daughter, who I thought was like Brooke's age, she looked maybe about 14, 15, and she turned out she was like 24. They'd had the cat since she was 7, and her face just lit up when she saw him, and she was holding him, and he was just lying there like a baby. He was such a gorgeous cat. And so we spoke for a good half an hour out there. Luckily it was a nice night, we chatted for ages, and they went off quite happy with their cat back. And it was bittersweet because I was worried about the fact that, you know, that cat's maybe in pain, he maybe should be put to sleep, but I totally get it. I know, I mean, we had Storm for, he was he 14 when we had him put to sleep? He was our husky, and we knew that he was struggling, but we gave him as long as we could before we could tell, you know, you're in pain, and we got him put to sleep. So I thought, give them the benefit of the doubt, it's maybe the same situation for them. So yes, he went back to his owners. He was a happy cat, they were happy people, and I love a happy ending. So I put a message on Facebook to say thank you so much to everybody who shared it and commented, and that he was reunited with his owners, and everybody was happy with that. We then immediately, he was only lying on one blanket on the vivarium in Brooke's room, and Loman does like to lie there. So as soon as he was away, that blanket went in the wash. All the clothes that Brooke had on and the shirt that she had him wrapped in all went in the wash, and I put it on a hot wash to kill any fleas infection. And we've also got a natural room spray that kills fleas and stuff, so she gave her room a good spray with that before we let Loman back in. So hopefully we'll have avoided fleas, you know, transferring. I mean, they're all fleed and wormed anyway, but you just never know, do you? So it was a happy ending. Anyway, I've havered on for 7 minutes about a stray cat. Let's get today started. So I'll show you the Easter Bunny's been, and then I'll talk a bit about today. So over here we have got Abby and Adam's eggs. They've got 4 each. They can suit themselves as to how they share them. I picked them up with each person in mind, but it's entirely up to them because I still don't know all of Adam's dislikes. I know he likes most chocolate apart from Reese's and like Snickers and stuff, so I got them. And look at the state of the windows, that's because the tumble dryer's on. We're all steamed up. So that is Abby and Adam's eggs. Over here we've got mine and Jack's that I got from M&S last week. I've got the Percy Pig, and Jack has got the extremely chocolatey caramel latte egg. They were £6 each from M&S. And over here we have Brooke's. So Abby and Adam got 4 each. Brooke got 6 because she's younger and there's only one of her. So I'm not going to say them because she can maybe hear, and I don't want to spoil the surprise, but that one and that one were 2 for £8 in Asda, and the other 4 I think were 4 for £10, and all of Abby and Adam's were 4 for £10 I think. So yeah, they've had roughly the same amount spent on them. So that is their eggs. So on to today, and gone are the days where we had egg hunts. I used to write rhyming clues for the girls, and they would go all around the house or the garden if it was a nice day to find the eggs from the treasure hunt clues. Gone are the days of painting boiled eggs that they used to do, and what we would do is after they had painted them, we would go to a big hill somewhere. When I was young, it was a big hill in Calendar Park in Falkirk. I can still picture the hill right there. I could see Calendar House over there and the hill was here. And when the girls were young, it was along at the Antonine Wall in Bonnybridge. It was a massive big hill, and they would throw the eggs down, well, roll them down the hill, you know, the whole teaching the Easter story, rolling the stone away and things. And whoever's egg broke first was the winner, which I always thought was a strange way of doing it, but hey ho. And yeah, I used to love those days. We would go for a nice Easter walk, and them were the days, but they're too old now. not into all that. They do their own thing, so we're not doing any of that today. What we are doing instead is Jack and I are going to Asda, as always, and when I come back, Abby wants to make pepper poppers, so I'm going to get stuff for that when we are away, when we're at Asda as well. And you may have noticed that the Easter Bunny didn't bring anything for the puppies or the puppy cat, so we're going to have to go into B&M and see if they've got any left. If not, we'll nip into Pets at Home because Xana's needing food anyway, the bearded dragon. So that's the plan. I'm going to head off just now, and I will come back to you later on when we've been to Asda. I don't know what Brooke's doing today. I don't know if she's got plans with her friends or if she's just going to sit and eat chocolate. I certainly plan to eat chocolate later, and we were in the Co-op the other day and they had chocolate orange hot cross buns, so I was like, I need to get them. So I've not tried them yet, so I'm going to have some of them later on today as well. So that's the plan. Come along with us and let's see what we get up to this Easter day. I hope you're all having a brilliant one. We're about to head to Asda, so I just shouted, Brooke, the Easter Bunny's been, so that she gets up for the dogs. Let's go and see what she thinks of her eggs. Look, the Easter Bunny's been, there's all your eggs.
I'm tired.
You used to get a lot more excited than that.
Yeah, because I just woke up.
You happy? There's no egg hunt this year.
I wonder
Too
why.
big. Remember even when we were at Pembury, was it the first year there was an Easter egg trail round the park that we were staying in? Do you remember doing that, no? It was like a treasure hunt and you got an egg after it.
I wonder why we can't do an Easter egg hunt.
Someone's fault? Oh, I thought you meant because you were too big. Like too old now. Too grown up.
And you.
Yeah, the dogs would just eat them. They'd find them first. Well, I would spoil it. She'd snip them all out. She'd be like, Brooke, it's here.
And you get the growl at me when I try to get it.
Yeah, probably. So, are you happy? Good. We're going to head to Asda. If you watch the doggies, do you want anything?
My usual.
Your usual. Okay. Look, the teenagers came through. They found the chocolate. Is Adam up? Hey, Adam, look. Your first Easter eggs in how long? A lot of years.
Yeah.
So, those 8 are yours. You can divide them how you want. Yeah? That okay? Look at the smile. Yeah, I got Easter eggs. So, I sort of bought them with each of you in mind, but you can decide amongst yourselves what you want. There's orange Smarties that taste like orange. Brooke doesn't think so, but they do.
I'll let you have the milk.
Yay! That's you all sorted for your holiday. They've got their boarding passes all ready to go. Yay!
27 days and 4 hours.
Oh, it's so exciting. So you are taking Molly for a wee trip. Was it Irvine Beach, did you say?
Where's Molly going?
Had you gone to the beach? Oh, you're so lucky. She's like, come on then, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Come on, let's go. Have fun.
Right.
It's 12:20 and I'm hungry, so I'm going to have one of these chocolate and orange hot cross buns. Ooh, I like mine toasted though, and I don't want to put it in the toaster because there's chocolate in it, so I'm going to try and put it in the air fryer and let's see what happens. There we go. I popped it on one of the liners so it won't make too much mess. I think I'll put it on max crisp. Ooh. Just to see how it goes. I won't put it in for the full 10 minutes, I'll just check it now and again. Yeah, Adam and Abby are away out to the beach with Molly, so I won't be making the pepper poppers. I really can't be bothered, to be honest. Jack and I are sitting watching last night's Ant and Dec. It's the one from Florida, and I'm getting FOMO. I want to go back to Florida, that's where we got married, so the kids have never been. I would love to take them. Never mind, if we win the lottery, we will do it. So yeah, we're just sitting, chilling, watching that. I don't know if I'll get into my craft room later. I'm going to start the next panel on my crochet blanket while I'm sitting there. But I was a bit hungry, so I thought I would come and get this. And I might take my Percy Pig egg through as well. I'll see. We shall see. Actually, I forgot that Jack had got me fruit pudding from the butcher's the other day as well. And I've got 2 slices left that I don't want to go to waste, so I'm going to put that in the slow cooker, in the air fryer as well while I'm waiting. There it is. I'll put it on Max Crisp as well. Yay! I'm getting the hang of this air fryer thing. Right, after about 4 minutes, that's nice and crispy. I'm going to pop some butter on that while I wait for the fruit pudding. Oh, the hot cross bun's lovely. Look at the melted chocolate. It's so tasty. Oh, yum. I've already scoffed one half of my hot cross bun. I've taken the smallest bit of fruit pudding out after the 10 minutes at Max Crisp, but I'll put the other one back in because it's thicker, so I'm wanting it a bit more cooked. But it's still so much easier than getting the frying pan out and cooking it in oil. Yay! And fruit pudding, for anyone who wonders, I don't actually know what it's made of. I know there's raisins in it and it's sweet. It's got a similar consistency to like black pudding. I'd say it's more a black pudding consistency than a haggis consistency. But it's quite sweet and yet savoury and crispy and soft. It's just lovely. I've just taken it out because I can't be bothered waiting anymore. I'm too hungry. And it's all crumbled because it does come with a plasticky, papery thing round it, like black pudding, but I took that off, so yeah, it's a bit crumbly, but I'm going to go and munch on this now. Yum yum. Hello again, it's 6 o'clock and I'm hungry, so I'm going to have the rest of last night's korma. It was a Kashmiri korma, so good. I had it with Peshwari naan last night, but today I'm going to have it with some Ben's Original, I keep going to say Uncle Ben's, I don't know when it changed from Uncle Ben's, coconut rice. Just going to shove it all in the microwave, nice and easy. There we go, I'm going to enjoy this and then I'll come on and have a chat with you.
For years to come.
There's Abby with her new old top, so I've been told. That's really nice. And your shorts for your holidays. And show them the hat.
Yes, you can actually wear it 3 ways, because you can wear it that way, you can wear it that way, and you can wear it that way.
We do like a versatile hat.
Yes.
So did you have a good day today?
Yes.
Good. Good evening. It's now 7 o'clock and I thought I'd come through and have a chat with you and end the vlog. And of course, I'm not hungry after my dinner, but I need to open my Percy Pig Easter egg. I can't have an Easter Sunday vlog without showing you my Easter egg or testing it. So it says 100% plastic free. Jack just opened his, Jack just opened his. He had the caramel latte, Marks and Spencer's egg, and it was just a hollow egg. There was no bits. The box looked like there was bits in it and there wasn't. He said it was nice, but not, he wouldn't say it was caramel latte. Ooh, looky.
I've got a, what's it called?
An annoying knack of interfering.
No.
Look at Percy. Oh, Percy Pig. He is a good size for £6. I love Percy Pig chocolate. And he is hollow, I know that because it says it on the box. But it looks like quite thick chocolate. Hello, Adam.
Adam, look at Percy.
Oh.
Adam, look at
Percy. I just broke him.
It was so nice as well.
Percy was alive.
Relatively
Percy is no
thick.
longer alive.
See, Toys R Us are back in the UK.
Oh, Percy Pig's nice. It's not as good as the chocolate used to be, I have to say. Or it's maybe just because I'm not hungry.
Cream eggs.
You only get one cream egg in that Easter egg.
But
Wow.
see,
It used to be 2.
actual cream eggs. They don't taste like cream eggs anymore.
They don't. I thought that this year. I think, yeah.
Because I ate it and my throat started burning.
Really?
Deserved,
Well,
to be
we'll
honest.
start at it.
Deserved.
Yeah, and I have to say the white chocolate Easter egg, cream eggs weren't doing it for me either, really.
See, I didn't even try them, to be honest with you.
Oh, that was a bit crazy. Yeah, Percy Pig's nice. Not as good as the chocolate used to be, dog. Stop. Hugo and Willa have decided to start playing. They've always time it perfect. I've had a very chilled Easter Sunday. Exactly the opposite of what it used to be. We went to Asda. It was quiet actually. Asda was really quiet. We got round it quickly. We went into B&M. They had no doggy Easter eggs. And they didn't have much. I'm really going off B&M. Even like the prices of their, like their Uncle, no, so what is it now, Ben's Original Rice. They're £1 each in Asda, and they're 6 for £7 in B&M. And I thought, you know, just wee things like that, you think B&M, you're really going to have to watch. I think they're riding their reputation just now, and people are soon going to realise, wait a minute, they're not as good value as they used to be. Anyway, one thing that I did get in B&M was these, and I don't know what they're like yet. I had a look at the pens and things. There's 6 twin markers. So one end is a fine metallic end, and the other side is a water-based brush tip. So I thought I would get them to try. It was £2.50 for the 6. And I thought it might be quite good for my resin moulds. I know I did say yesterday I was going to show you them today, but I've not been doing any resin today either, and I would rather show you when I'm kind of in the mood, but I've been chilled out today. So let's have a look at these. What I was doing actually today is Jack and I caught up on Celebrity Hunted and Tempting Fortune, I think it's called, with Paddy McGuinness on Channel 4, where the people go, it's like a social experiment, and it's an 18-day trip or something across Africa, and they start off with 250,000, and like between them, and if they all make it to the end without any temptations, they get all that money shared between them. But on the way there's temptations that cost like silly money, like a milkshake costs £500 and a chocolate bar £400, things like that. And it's been a really interesting experiment. We've caught up now. I don't know how many episodes are left, but it's that way you can tell that, right, Hugo? Some of them are in it for the money, and they're determined they're going to do it all without any of the temptations. They're not going to have any comforts. They want the money. But there's others that have decided, you know what, I'm only here once and I want the experience rather than the money, which is fine. But the problem is they're taking the money off everybody, not just themselves. So I think if they had started with like 25 grand each, and if you use up any of your money on the way, that's up to you, that gets deducted off your 25 grand. But it's not, it's a full pot for everybody and it gets shared equally. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's not exciting, but it's really interesting to watch them. And Jack and I are getting really frustrated at some of them. Anyway, right, let's have a wee looky. The goldy one. It's it looked really dry, but it just needs to be bunged in a bit. So that's that side. And this side. And you should be able to blend them, I think. Not bad. Not bad. I've got Brooke through to try and distract the dogs because they're annoying me. So this one. Okay, I wouldn't say they're very metallic-y. I don't know if these are what I thought they were going to be honest.
He's sitting here, Mum.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have a proper play with them and see what I think, but it's really not what I thought it was going to be. The colours I'm not very keen on either, to be honest. Tomorrow, it's been a really well-needed rest day today. Tomorrow I think I'm going to be ahead with my mum and dad, Granny Annie. Are you going to come, Brooke?
Don't know.
You don't know? Why? Come with us.
No.
It'll be fun.
No.
Yeah, so I did I did craft yesterday, but no resin. I did no crafting today pretty much. I'll be doing none tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to go. This place is a madhouse. Right, I'm going to head off. I'm not going to eat any of my Percy Pig Easter egg tonight because, well as ever hopeful, because I'm stuffed. I couldn't eat all that curry. I mean, that was 2 dinners that it did me and still couldn't eat it all. So yeah, I'll get tucked into that tomorrow, I think. So if I do end up going to Braehead, I will vlog that as well. I think Granny Annie's wanting new shoes or something. New shoes? So, yeah. Right, I'm going to head off. So, sorry if it's not been up to much for me being chilled out all day, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. You've heard about Abby and Adam's day at the beach with Molly, and you saw the Easter eggs and things, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. So I'm going to head off. I hope you have enjoyed it. If so, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget, talk to me in the comments below. I was going to ask you something. What was it? I can't remember. There was something, but I can't remember. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please help out my little channel, and I'll see you in our next one. Thanks everyone.